Hello, hello. Friday afternoon. I'm supposed to do my afternoon off this Friday afternoon, but I'm not off, as I haven't had any time off for the last couple of weeks because I've been working on the style, and I'm working on it now. So yeah, so the main start of the build, as you probably know if you've been watching me, was the beginning of the Easter break, and I came up here on Saturday. Easter break. We had the visitors from all over the place come and say hello, follow us. Easter Sunday I was off with my father-in-law and mother-in-law and everything, which was lovely. And then Easter Monday I was back up here. And then since then, I'll just put my tripod down. Since then, I've been back up every evening, bar one, playing around. And we've got to this stage now, where we've got a fair whack of style up. I'm quite pleased how we've progressed, and I say we because the boys, do you know what, the boys have actually been really good. They mucked around when they first started, but do you know what, I had them up here the other night and they acted really well. I didn't film it because I thought everyone's going to get bored of too much video of this. They were really good. They acted as a team. They mixed the cement for me while I was sorting out stone, and then they mucked around, don't get me wrong, they ran off and climbed a tree and all sorts of stuff. But they came in and laid the stones. Harry was very good at pointing in. The only thing I think we've messed up, or they messed up, which isn't their really fault, is can you see a slight different variation in the mix colour? They didn't put enough lime in with the mix, so that top bit, there's a sort of definite line there. It's lighter there. Although, to be fair, it might be partly because it hasn't dried enough yet. It's still, that's been there a lot longer, but I think it's probably because the mix is slightly different, which shows up now, but give it a year or two, that'll weather out and you won't notice the difference. So where are we at now? Right, well, we're going up, we're building up. I am building to this level here. Won't get that all done today. Building to that level there, and then we'll have toppers along here. One solid one, I think the big square ones. I haven't decided quite yet. Probably that one maybe on there. As a kind of, you know what it's like. As you climb up, you grab the stone and pull yourself over, perhaps. And then after that, probably staggering down there like. I wasn't sure whether to do a slight slope on that, but I don't think I will. I think I'll go level. So, well, I keep repeating this, I'm not a stonemason, I'm just having a go. This is a big project for me, but I appreciate some of you watching this have done way bigger stuff than this. You know, up and down the country, there's people, men and women, doing all sorts of good works, building walls and hedge laying and thatching roofs and all sorts of stuff. Much bigger project than I've done. I'm very lucky, I got a public face and people who watch my videos, and generally the comments have been really positive and really nice. But I won't take that away from all the people who aren't in the main, you know, out in public like me, because those people are racking on with jobs like this, totally unknown. You know, there's people out there who've done work like this will get no recognition, and they probably deserve it much more than me, really. So yeah, so sort of in a way, I kind of dedicate this style to all the people who are unrecognised and don't get the credit they deserve for keeping the countryside up together and doing the work. I don't think I've made any serious mistakes on it, but I'll just point out a few things I'm sort of less than happy with. And this is only in my head. A couple of things, I think I've gone in a little bit narrower at the top as I'm going up. The base of this is slightly wider, not by very much. I tried rectifying it a little bit with this stone here. I've come back out a little bit, but then you've got a bit of a angle up and then out, which I sort of think most people probably won't notice, but in my head that's probably not as good as it should be. The one thing that does bug me a little bit, and I messed up here, was again, I should have chosen better stones for up here. I sort of went on a, oh, I didn't brush that one off. That one's not been tidied up, that joint there, and he's brushing out. I went up and I should have chosen some nicer stone for this top, some bigger bits. I think what it was is I didn't have enough stone up here at the time. I've gradually been bringing more stone up here. It's surprising how much you need. I don't think I really planned for that well enough. And in my head, I look at that and think, I've got some nice big stone. You see, like nice big stuff here. And then up there, I've used sort of little smaller stuff, which I could have done better than that. So that's something that in my head, but you know, again, will anyone notice? Well, you'll notice it if you come up here, but the average person probably won't. The other thing as well, and I kind of have to explain this because people will jump in and say something, is right. So I've got the step here. If you're walking up here, and again, I haven't finished here. I'm gonna have to level this out a little bit better and pull some of that dirt down to there, I think. But the step here, there's not much of an incline. If you're walking up, it's not much of a step up to here to climb over, okay? However, around this side, there's a fair old drop off of here. I put a stone there for now. Let's move that out of the way. There's a fair old drop in the slope of the land and the drop off the step. So when you're walking up, I think it might be okay if I do leave this stone here. But when you're walking up, that's a bit more of an incline to get up. But there's two reasons for that. And believe me, I feel like I'm just explaining this because people will always jump in with the comments about stuff. Why didn't you do that? And sometimes I've just got to nip them in the bud. Well, the reason why that is quite a step there is this is actually the original line of the step that was here before, but it was all disappearing, but I could see mortar on the stone, so I knew where I had to build to. It needs to be that height so that there's sufficient root height here so that you can get over this slab. Bearing in mind that some people are shorter than me, you need to, I can sit down on it, this is quite nice, but you need to be able to climb over it. Oop. So if I hadn't built that step up to that height, people would have struggled when, you know, could have had that lower and then nearer to the ground there. People would have struggled to climb over the slab because they put in a whopper slab. So it's practicality. It is actually the same height both sides, more or less, give or take. So if you're looking down on it, these two sides are similar. But I'm going to have to level some soil in there or something. Some of that might go back there, level that round and make that a bit higher. I'm going to worry about that at the very end. Right, so today I'm trying to get at least one more layer on there. So it's Friday today. Friday's task is to get to there where that knobble is, okay? I'm not going to kill myself. I want a Friday night at home at some point. Saturday's task is to get this level here. Sunday's task is to top this. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to film on Saturday. I'm going to film a little bit now. And then the next video you see of this will be when we put the finishing touches to this, the Sunday topping out, if you like. Well, I'm going to make that a kind of summary video because that will be the kind of icing on the cake when I've got the stones on. I'm looking forward to that moment because it has been a long haul on here, a lot more work than I ever thought it would be, partly because there was no foundations here, and also I didn't realise really how knackered it was. All the stonework had to go out in the end, more or less. There wasn't much that I could leave. I thought I'd be able to build onto that step there. I thought I'd actually build on top, and then when I started to play with it, it was just nothing holding it there. So, and then there was no foundations under it, so I had to put in all the foundations. But you know, you've got to do it right. If you're going to do it well. This isn't a race, although I need to be finished this weekend for the maze drilling. But I needed to get it right. In my heart, I wanted to get it right. There's no point in doing half a job, is there? Because you'll always look back and go, well, I've got all the machinery up and everything, the concrete mixer, why didn't I do it properly? And I'm so glad I put in some decent concrete in the base with some stone and stuff, because I really feel like that is solid and not going anywhere. Right, I'm going to have a biscuit and then we're going to crack on. Look at these bad boys Galaxy Cookies chocolate chunk. Someone brought me these last Saturday in a goodie bag, so I'm gonna have one of those in a minute. Look at these beauties. Well, why don't I sit on the star to eat these? Back in a minute. I finished my biscuit break, but I've had a flipping nightmare in the last 10 minutes. Oh, right, so 265 wouldn't start, so I've had to go back and get a tractors and jump leads and jump start it. It wouldn't start because the battery was flat, the alternator's knackered on there. I've got to change that, and there is a plan. I'm going to Agriline next week. I was going to get a new alternator for it there, but it's gone flat in between because it's obviously, whenever I start it takes a bit more out of the battery. In the meantime, I drove back with this to get the jump leads. And I've just driven back up here, and as I stopped, I realised the flipping, look at this, the stand has dropped down. The stand dropped down on the floor, dragged along and snapped the casting. So that now has come out of there. Oh, I'm so annoyed. I am flipping annoyed. Has anyone out there got a replacement stand for the Marshall trailer? Like that bit there? Has anyone got that piece that I can buy off them? Or the whole stand, so I can bolt it onto the trailer. I'm so upset. Flipping trailer is 40 or 50 years old, and now the flipping stand's bust. And I can't, it's not a stand I can refix myself, because that casting actually has got the thread inside it. Unlikely Marshalls will still sell that. And there's no way they'll have one of those kicking around their spares department, is there? Look at that. Oh, look. What it done, it must have bumped off that chain that stops it going round and round, and it dragged on the floor and ripped it out. So I drove up. I can't have done it on the way back, because that was on concrete. It would have made a hell of a lot of noise. It's just gradually undone itself as I've driven up the field. And it's dragged on the ground. It hadn't even done very much, so I can't have gone very far because it literally just bent a bit. It means I can't drop that trailer off at the moment. Got to drop that on blocks. Oh, just I'm trying to do good things here, and then bad things happen, don't they? Right, I'm going to mix a bit of cement, and then we're going to get up there. Oh, that's really upset me, because that's such a difficult thing to sort out. Oh. Right, and in other news, I managed to break the handle on my shovel as well. I think I dropped a stone on it, and it wasn't very good to start with, but look, there's a big nail sticking out of it now. I just have a feeling this is one of those afternoons. What is it? Oh, I started about 12:30. It's now 20 to 3 and I haven't put any muck down yet. I'm gutted. That's too wet anyway. The day. This is one of those days that I shouldn't be doing this. Look at that. Wonderful. Okay, bad luck comes in 3. That's probably it. The stand, the tractor, the cement. I'll get something done, Dave, but do you know what? I really should be at home. It's not going well, is it? Oh, can you believe that? Look at that. Flipping heck, flipping heck, flipping heck. Oh dearie me, oh dearie me. It's no use crying over spilt cement. Right, pick that bit up. Oh. Do you know what? I had this planned as a lovely relaxing Friday afternoon. I thought I'd really enjoy it up here. And now it's turned into one of those afternoons I wish I hadn't bothered. I should have just stayed at home this afternoon. Done it all on Saturday, shouldn't I? Oh. Still, onwards and upwards. It can't have been, whatever I struggle with here, can't have been as hard as the poor blokes who had to bring this stone up by horse and cart, can it? Look at those, look at that. They had to whack all that up here by hand, and they must have cut that by hand as well. So who am I to complain about a bit of spilt cement? I am generally gutted about that stand though. Seriously, if anyone knows how to get hold of a replacement part like that, I could maybe find a different stand, but really what I'd like to do is reuse the old one, just put a new bracket on it. I don't know. Maybe I'll email Marshalls, but they ain't gonna have that in stock after 50 years, are they? Unlikely that's gonna be on the shelf. Maybe it is. I don't know. Just absolutely oh. Right, I'll shut up, let's get on with this, otherwise we'll never get anything done, will we? Come on, crack on, Rich, crack on. Pull yourself together. Well, I thought I'd just stop and show you this big stone. Look at this. Now, this is a lovely old stone. Quite a few of the stones like this, you can see they've got bits of mortar on them where they've been in another wall before. And this is the thing for my dad's pile of stones, they've been salvaged. But this is a nice one because it's a bit of a cheat really. It's a nice long one to put in as a fill. I haven't quite decided where I'm going to put it yet. Cool. But if you look along here, let's have a look. I haven't decided whether this is where it's going to go yet. Bear with me, I just got to adjust this. So if I stick it somewhere like this, facing the right way, like that, I've gained myself an instant length of wall without actually putting many stones down, which is always really nice. In fact, that one actually might go there. Let me have a look. See, that actually, look, that fits there nicely. I like that. I've done another one down there, I've just realised. A nice long one. Or should I just put it on this side? I haven't really got any long ones on that side, but I don't know. No, I like that there. Got that chunk out of it though. Maybe I'll turn it round, but then it's not level that side. I might have to. Oh, I'm always worried about stuff like that. Look, it's got an angle on it. Will that look wrong if I have another overlap? Maybe it would. No, it'd be fine, wouldn't it? I think that's going to go there, and then we'll fill to there. All right, crack on. I'm gradually filling in. Just had the neighbours come by and have a chat. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the facing stones outside here. They are messy. My mortar is a mess, but what I do is I brush it out, and if you look at it, once it's brushed out, it actually hides all the sins. I'm just filling in all the rubbly stones I got, which originally came out of this sort of column area here. But most of these down here aren't very good. They're not cut stone, they're manky. This one here, look at that. That was just in the ground. I don't even know whether it's part of this wall originally. It was kind of on the ground, but whether it was actually part of the wall, whether it was a stone that came out of the field and someone just chucked. You know, it's like people throw stones out. So I'm just going to chuck that in there. Don't really worry about the dirt on it. There's plenty solid enough. I'll cover that moss up. And I'm going to fill in this bit, and then I start going up again. I want to get, I said to you, I want to get to about here, so I need to go up at least another layer tonight. We're getting, time's moving on. I've got delayed by all the cock-ups, and then I've been chatting to neighbours for about half an hour. I've worked out, I think I can buy another jack. Just go and buy another one for about 50 quid and replace that one that I broke, but I've just gutted. I like the original, really. Oh, God. I'll tell my brother as well, he won't like that. Right, anyway, let's crack on, come on, wall on. Right, I got another mix on. By the way, you hear that sound of that Perkins in the background. I daren't turn that tractor off because I don't want it to have a flat and then not be able to get it out of here later. So I got a can of lemonade. Ken bought me some cider the other day, but to be honest, I'd rather not drink on the job because it's bad enough. I'm making a mess of it already without actually having any alcohol on board, so I'm on the soft drinks. Thanks to the chap from Merthyr Tydfil who sent me some Wye Valley beers the other day. What was his name? I'm sorry, was it Jonathan, I think it was? I can't remember. I'm rubbish on names. A box of beers turned up from Wye Valley Brewery. Butty, what's it? Oh, I'm so rubbish on names. I tell you what, if I ever did product placement, I'd have to have flipping cue boards about a mile wide so I could say the name. Because I can't even, I had 2 bottles of this beer the other night and I can't remember what it was called. Butty something or other. Butty Back or something like that. It was really nice actually. It was blooming good because I've done a job like this and definitely I want a pint in the evening. But I'm on the Sprite. Look, Sprite that refreshes the parts and no other lemonade can reach. I'm not going to be doing product placement, am I? But I tell you what, I've just sat on the water butts here, water containers. What a lovely spot it is. Do you know what? Apart from the sound of the engine in the background and the concrete mixer going, if we just zoom down there, look, I've just left it mixing. The sound of the mixer. But what a lovely spot. And I dare say, honestly, if some of you ever do get a chance to come up here and take in the scenery, please come and sit up on the bench, it's not a bench, but sit on, maybe perch your butt on the stone slab and just enjoy the view across there, because it is gorgeous and it's just a place sometimes you just need to chill, don't you? I've been here a lot, as you know. Honestly, as a place to relax, this takes some beating. It's just not particularly special, I suppose. It's not a view across the Yorkshire Dales or something, but you know, sometimes you just need to sit, don't you, and just take in the view and just enjoy where you are. And this is really lovely. And also you've got, if I pan round, you've got the bluebells. The bluebells are just going over now, I think, but they're in the woods there. There they are. Hello bluebells. Hello bluebells. Hello Stile. And hello to you who are watching me. Thank you for bearing with me on these videos. Honestly, do you know what's really funny is that I've been doing YouTube now for 13 years or something, 14 years, and I didn't know how my life would pan out with the kids and tractor, you know, finding my dad's tractor doing this style. A year ago I wasn't sure I was going to do this year, and it's quite a story just keeping these videos. You look back and you think, blimey, we did all that. I watched one the other day, Ice Bucket Challenge. Jack, this is really lovely. Look at the Funky Farmer Ice Bucket Challenge. It's only a really short 40-second video. I did that 10 years ago, and Jack's just come to me and said, could he do the Ice Bucket Challenge? Could we do it with a loader tractor, because we can get a lot of water in it? Well, what's really funny, you see, I did the Ice Bucket Challenge 10 years ago. It must have been a thing then. It was a thing then. But he's really too young to remember that. And now it's back in, it must be a new thing coming around. You know, what goes around comes around. So now he's going to do it. And I look back at that video, I thought I did that. I look back on it and there's Harry and Jack in it and my wife. Mostly me getting wet. But what a lovely thing to have a record of that and think he's going to do it now. Anyway, right, I'm philosophising and going on a bit, but right, we'll have a look when I finish. I think we've done enough video of the wall and bits. I'll just talk about it at the end, alright? Right, tidy up time, put your toys away. I have finished for the evening. Not as late as I thought it'd be actually. What time is it? It's 20 to 6. By the time I get home and wash everything up, so I've got to wash out the cement mixer every night and everything. It'll probably be 6 o'clock, 6:15, but that's not too bad for a Friday night, is it? Right, so I'm gonna have to confess now, this isn't good. So I've made progress. I admit to showing my mistakes on most of my videos. You know, something really, really stupid I do tend to edit out, but there's no point pretending you're Wonder Man or Superman and making it all look good, is there? I think you've got to be honest. I messed up. Realistically, Friday afternoon I should have stayed at home and watched a bit of something on Netflix and just had a chill. I think I've kind of, like the things that have gone wrong today, I think I've just been at this too much and sometimes you just got to walk away from it. I made the mix too wet. And the problem is, it's running out of the joints. As I built up, it's worse around the other side. As I built up, the weight of the stones is pushed down and the mortar is slopped out. Look at this. This is so wet. I should have known better. I thought it was wet when I was using it. Look, that's all flipping. Look at that. So I've got more. Oh, look at that. Look, that's just terrible. I've got wet mortar dripping down. If you're a stone mason builder, you know, you'd look at this and you go, flipping idiot. And I've looked at it and gone, flipping idiot. In my defence, I messed up. In my defence, what I will do tomorrow is salvageable. What I should do is I should wire brush the joints out and then repoint with where the bits have flopped out and just make it better. I was too eager to get on, and I thought the mix was too wet and I was using it, and I just thought, do you know what, I'll carry on. I shouldn't have. It's not the end of the world. It is totally salvageable, he says. Look, it's just flopping out, look. It's too wet. It's got no stickability. It's not pretty, it's not clever, it's not good. But I dare say when I finish this and I've wire brushed the joints out and refilled the bits that aren't right, you won't know that that's been cocked up. But you will, because you watched this video. So hey, honesty is the best policy. I am the amateur funky farmer builder. I can't get it all right, but I'm getting there. Anyway, let's concentrate on where we're at now. Right, okay. So I think, as I said at the start of the video, let's just put my hand in that bit, okay, so you can just see the top. I am going to build up to that top level there tomorrow. I haven't got to go much higher. Going to let all that dry, and then Sunday morning I'm coming back to put toppers on. Me and the boys are coming up, I think. So we've got to get to about this level. We're going to get that fairly flat across. I want to go flat across there, so we haven't got to go up that much. And then we're going to stones in the middle with a concrete up to the sides, I think. I keep changing my mind how I'm going to do this. I don't, you know. At some point you've got to stop and finish it, innit? And there's all different styles of capping on a wall. Some people just put a cement cap. Other people just put toppers all along. My only concern is with the toppers is, you see how wide it is? I haven't got really any stones. There's a few. I said these are stopped. There's some toppers there, look. 1, 2, 3. I think it'll be enough to go all the way across there. And they're the really wide ones. I haven't really got any wide ones like that at home. That side, I can probably find something out of this. Yeah, but I'm thinking of the square one here, perched on top of there somewhere. I don't know quite how I'm going to do it. I need to go up. I've got to get up above that anyway with some stone. I think I've got the angle right about here. That's the other thing I was concerned about, is getting the angle on the stone there. You can see it's a different angle. I did contemplate, I mean, I don't know, you see where they've cut across there and then it goes down there. I did wonder whether the wall should have gone to that point, but it's not symmetrical anyway, and also that would have made that quite a bit narrower to climb over, and I thought it's actually better to have it wider. It's still fine for holding the support up, and it gives you the width. Maybe people use this like a hand bit rest as well, you know, before you climb over. Anyway, I can spend hours worrying about this, couldn't I? And my wet joints. Let's go home. So see you all on the last video. The last video will be a capping off video. You'll see that when it's finished. I don't think I've got any official opening ceremony, but it's just going to be me and the boys look at it and going, well done. Oh dear. Right, okay, see you soon. Come and visit if you're ever around. Come and have a look at this and watch my mistakes. I've told you on this video what the mistakes are. I'm not going to talk about mistakes on the last video. Last video is just going to be the relief of finishing it. Crack on.